And moving on, Turkey has stepped up its attack against Israel over the Netanyahu government's bombing campaign in Syria. Ankara says that Israel has become the greatest threat to regional security. Calling Israel a strategic destabilizer that is feeding terrorism, Turkey said that Israel must withdraw from occupied territories in Syria and end its strikes. Ankara's charge comes after Israel accused it of trying to turn Syria into a Turkish protectorate. Now, the Israel foreign minister also raised concerns about Turkish influence in New Syria, accusing Ankara of playing a negative role there in Lebanon and other regions.
They are doing their utmost to have Syria as a Turkish protectorate. It's clear that this is their intention. We don't think that it was good when Syria was in an Iranian proxy, kind of Iranian proxy, and we don't think that Syria should be a Turkish protectorate. We indeed are worried by Turkish. By the way, it's not only in Syria. They play a negative role in Syria. They play a negative role in Lebanon. They play a negative role in. They have aspiration all over the region and in other regions of the world.
Israel has been stepping up airstrikes on Syria in what it says are a warning to the new Islamist leaders in Damascus. The latest strikes by the Israeli military were some of the most intense attacks in Syria since Bashar al-Assad's regime was toppled in December last year. Now, earlier this week, Israel struck 5 separate areas in Syria in a window of 30 minutes. These strikes resulted in near-complete destruction of the Hama airbase and left dozens of civilians and Syrian soldiers injured. Reports say a dozen Israeli strikes demolished runways, arms depots and hangars at the military airport in Hama. Israel said it had also attacked Syrian air bases in the Homs province, in addition to those in Damascus area, where authorities said a scientific research facility was hit. The Israeli army said its forces operating in southwest Syria's Tazil area killed several militants who opened fire on them. Now, Syrian state media said that Israel's shelling had killed 9 people during what it described as the deepest incursion yet by Israeli troops in the area.
Syrian regime, we say very clearly, any attempt by your forces or terrorist groups to entrench themselves will not be allowed. Israel will act decisively, and we mean it. Just yesterday, the IDF struck military targets at the Hama and T4 bases, as well as key infrastructure in the Damascus region. Last night, IDF forces operated in southern Syria to dismantle terrorist infrastructure and seize weapons. When terrorists opened fire on our troops, they were swiftly eliminated. Israel will not allow threats to build up on our borders. We will act whenever and wherever necessary to ensure our security.
Israel has seized parts of southwestern Syria and created a buffer zone there since the fall of Bashar al-Assad, saying it is to secure Israel's safety from armed groups. Now, Israel's defense minister said that the airstrikes were a clear message and a warning for the future that his forces would not allow Israel's security to be harmed. During the 24-year rule of Bashar al-Assad, Israel bombed Syria frequently, targeting the foothold established by his ally Iran during the civil war. Now, Israel's latest strikes on Syria have put renewed focus on its concerns about interim Syrian President Ahmed al-Ajani and the new Islamist rulers. Now, Israel views the new Syrian rulers as a rising threat at its border. Syria called these strikes an unjustified escalation and called on the international community to build pressure on Israel to end its aggression. Now, critics say that Israel's military operations are only adding to the existing tensions in Syria and preventing long-term stability and reconstruction for the war-torn country. With Turkey on its side, can the new Islamist leaders of Syria rebuild the country? More importantly, can the Ankara-Damascus front block or retaliate to Israeli aggression?
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.